stage. You ought to hear what I'm saying. Success is a plan that takes years in the making. When nobody did, I believed. Had to let go of things I did not need. Cut off some friends in the process. What could I say? I could no longer carry the dead weight. Get off your ass, there's lots you can do. You wanna learn something and watch how I move, but they don't wanna do shit. They wanna be spoon-fed like a little baby. That shit is crazy, boy. Change up your mindset. I get 3 days worth of work done in just one. 727 mindset is the hustle for us. You get it?
Hey, I'm Alex Corona.
And I'm Jamie Burks.
And today we coming at you from the kitchen here at Corona Realty Group.
I'm getting hungry.
I just like blue. So the reason we're in the kitchen today is got something to do with our topic. We're going to be talking today about branding. What does branding mean to you? What does it mean to us? What does it mean to Jamie Burks?
I am a terrible brander. However, I've learned everything that I need to know about branding from you, and we are still learning more. But what's crazy about that is that as we learn from our mentors, we start realizing you've just hit the tip of the iceberg, but you are on the right track, which is so awesome to hear that the people that we look up to are saying, damn, Alex, you had the right idea.
Which is crazy to me because no one told me anything about branding. Nobody told me anything about anything. So pretty much everything we've done up until this point, maybe a couple years back, we've just pretty much figured it out all on our own just by doing it. And that's the most important thing that you have to do. You got to take action in order to figure out what's working, what's not working, what's going to work, what's not going to work. Because if you don't do anything, you're always going to be stuck with that I shoulda, woulda, coulda. And that's what scares the hell out of me is regret. So I always try it. Hey, if it works, cool. But most important is to keep at it. You got to keep going. Sometimes it seems like it's not working. Sometimes people are going to tell you you're crazy. Why are you doing it? You don't have to do it. The second you hear that shit, keep going.
What's crazy for me is that along this journey, every time you did something that what they call is branding or box branding or something like that, everything that he's done, whether it's, oh, I want the office to be blue. Okay, great. Then it's like we have blue vehicles and I have blue nails and we have blue suits and blue clothes, things of that sort. And then his shark fin hairdo, and then we get a mascot, and we have at our events we have someone in a shark suit, and all of those things along the way for us was just like, okay, great idea, all right, sounds good. What we didn't realize was we were accomplishing what businesses very much should be doing, is branding themselves all along the way. So it was just something that he was doing, and it's so important. I think that the one thing that when branding is explained to me that makes sense, it's something that is consistent and something that you can rely on. So when you go to, what is it, Culver's, what can I make fresh for you? Like, that's such a branded statement. Chick-fil-A does the My Pleasure. So those are all things that, Disney World, when we're in the car business, they used to tell us like things that they didn't do at Disney World. So I think for me, it's like, yes, you could rely on that to be the response. You can rely on that to be the color. When people see blue and Corona Blue, they come to our events and they're drinking Corona Blues. So we didn't realize what we were doing.
Corona Blue, we give away Coronas, we do everything is really purposeful and strategic. You know, I don't just do it just to do it. I definitely have a lot of thought behind the things that I do. How you do one thing is how you do everything. So I've always lived up to that. Ever since I was a shorty, I always kind of put myself with a higher standard and worked a lot harder than everyone. And I noticed that at a very young age. I was in Mexico. I had to flee the country when I was 15 years old, and I worked in the tomato fields. And when I saw I worked harder than everybody out there, I was like, wait a minute, I might be onto something. And that was my brand ever since then. Put the work in, outwork everybody, and always dressed good. I always ironed my pants. You know, people would move in with me, or I'd move in with them. They didn't even know what an iron was. They didn't even know what an ironing board was. They'd see like, Alex, what are you doing? You know, I'm creating my brand. You know, people know me forever. They know that I've always been above and beyond at everything that I do. And it was no different once I started the company. First thing I thought of is, what color do I want to represent? Let me come up with my own color, Corona Blue. I painted the office, the whole entire office. I mixed a bunch of blue paint. And after I was done, I didn't like the color. So I did it again. I painted the whole office again until I found a color that I liked. and came up with the color Corona Blue. And ever since then, I mean, this thing has stuck. Everybody calls it Corona Blue. Anytime somebody sees anything close to this color, they're sending me pictures of it in Messenger, texting me, calling me. I don't care what it is. I mean, the craziest things that they see, anything blue, they're going to be sending it to me. Anything with a shark on it, they're going to be sending it to me. So what better than to be a real estate shark? So when people tell me, hey, nice hairdo, or, you know, nice mohawk, I let them know real quick, this is not a hairdo, this is not a mohawk, this is my shark fin. This just happens naturally. It's not anything that I do. Obviously, I'm kidding, but then I tell them, now you could tell somebody or whoever that you actually seen a real estate shark. And that's the first thing I ask them. You never seen a real estate shark before? Come on now. Now you have. Now you go tell people you've seen a real estate shark. The coolest part was when Mr. Wonderful from Shark Tank did a video for us, and he actually called me a shark. That's when it was over.
Official.
It was
when
official.
a shark calls you a shark, you're officially a shark.
It's super official. And like Jamie said, now it's our mascot. Everything blue. That's what's in my head. It's so easy to market to me. You just make it blue and I will buy it. You know, I got blue forks, knives, spoons, cups, plates. I mean, I would paint myself blue if it would stay. I'd be, you know, Corona Smurf, which is our next costume we're going to be getting. So, but literally everything is branding, just like Jamie was saying, whether you see her, you see me, or you see one of our team members, you know, we're all going to treat you the same, ask the same questions, deliver the same product. So that's the goal. That's what real branding is. Whether you drink a Coca-Cola here in Illinois or you drink a Coca-Cola in China, it is going to taste the exact same. That's what it's about. It's not about, a lot of people think that branding is a lot of different things, but that's what branding is to me. Being consistent with your product, being consistent with your marketing. We were at a training a couple of weeks ago down in Dallas, and they were talking about this, and they call it the brand box. You know, what does your brand box look like? And I was amazed when I was sitting in the audience and they were talking about the brand box, and they said, hey, there's somebody in the crowd here that really has this down, and they pull up a picture. And when I saw a picture of myself and my family on the big screen,
I couldn't even look at you, because if I did, I would have cried.
I couldn't even breathe. I was gonna, same thing. You know, tears were about to come out of my eyes. I was trying to hold it in. You know, there's a bunch of tough guys there, a bunch of big dudes, all tatted. Everybody's working out, and everybody's, you know, and it was, you know, a little tough to hear all the kind words that everybody was saying, and
in a happy way to know that you're
amazing.
doing like the right things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Everybody in the room is all a bunch of business owners. Everybody's looking to be the best version of themselves and do the very best that they can at whatever business they have. And for them to single us out, put a picture of my family and myself, and that's kind of why, you know, I was kind of tearing up, because, you know, I want my kids to be proud of me. I want them to think of their dad as
their hero.
Yeah, their hero, their best friend, and most important, that I'm guiding them the right way in life and sending them in the right direction. And most importantly, I want them to trust me. And when I see that, and I see that even grown people are trusting me, because obviously everybody's taller than me, so grown people is pretty much everybody.
Even me.
So when I saw the different pictures, you know, they were pulling out pictures of my house. My house is blue, my kitchen is blue, my living room is blue, my office at home is blue, my bedroom is blue, my bathrooms are blue, my basement is blue. They pulled up the cars is blue. I mean, literally everything blue. That's what I tell myself in my head. Everything blue. So it's something about that color. You know, I everything I see is blue. It's weird. You know, my favorite song talks about, it's a song by Dua Lipa, and all it talks about is, you know, I see blue. And
blue's a happy color.
It's something about it. But, you know, you gotta make sure that what you're representing is your brand. You know, how you want people to know you, and most important, trust you. That's your brand. You know, if you're not trusted, it really doesn't matter. We were at we went door knocking yesterday. We're having 2 open houses in Piatone. We have 2 new construction properties over there. We're gonna be selling, and we went door knocking yesterday, and people are opening their doors. They already know who we are. I mean, this town is 40, 50 minutes from here. Mm-hmm. They're opening the door, and they're like, Corona. Oh, we know Corona. Yeah, oh, we done business with Corona. The police came. You know, we were putting signs out in private property, and the guy rolls down the window. He's like, what the fuck are you doing? This is private property. And then he looks over. He's like, wait, Alex? He's like, oh, what's up, dude? And he just jumps out of the car, gives me a hug, shakes my hand, and he's like, hey, do what you got to do. He's like, I appreciate the hustle, bro. So, I mean, it's amazing. Today, I took my son out for breakfast. When my clients canceled an appointment and I went and picked him up, took him out to breakfast. Literally, everyone in the whole restaurant knows who we are, even knew who he was. When we were leaving, they all said bye to him. That's what branding is. You know, going out there, representing who you are, and
being consistent.
Being so consistent that everybody knows all about you.
So you mentioned about being consistent, how you do one thing is how you do everything. So here, a little secret joke that we have, Alex talking about being strategic and purposeful. So we have our company name on the back of the truck, and anytime we're parking in a restaurant or parking in a store,
parking
anywhere for that matter, he always tells me to be strategic and purposeful with where I park my vehicle. So instead of pulling into a spot, I reverse into a spot because there's a busy street there. So what's going to happen? Cars are going to drive down the street and they're going to see the Corona Realty Group on the back of the truck, know who we are, see the big blue truck. So it's funny, anytime I'm driving into a parking lot, I'm like, strategic and purpose, strategic and purpose. But our 18-year-old knows to do that too. So he knows we even park our vehicle in a strategic and purposeful way, because that matters. How you do one thing is how you do everything.
Everything matters. I mean, down to my business card. I promise you will never see a card like this. And I've had this thing for years. Nobody's crazy enough.
That's why you win things at restaurants.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. It's plastic. I could throw this thing on the ground. It could get rained on, snowed on, and guess what? I just brush it off.
Go swimming.
Go swimming. Do whatever you want with this thing, and it'll be just like it is, just like I showed you. Yeah, they're expensive, but it's okay because it's totally worth it. You got to be different. You got to stand out, and you got to go harder than everyone else. If you're doing the exact same thing that everyone else is doing, guess what's going to happen? The same damn thing that everybody else is getting. If you want to get ahead, you got to decide that I'm going to do things bigger and better, or stay the fuck at home.
I couldn't have said it better than that.
With that, we're gonna let you guys go. Again, I'm Alex Corona.
And I'm Jamie Burks.
Get your fucking branding right so we get you fucking on everything. Let's
go. All blue everything.
All blue everything.
I'ma need you all to hear what I'm saying. Success is a plan that takes years in the making. When nobody did, I believe. Had to let go of things I did not need. Cut off some friends in the process. What could I say? I could no longer carry the dead weight. Get off your